porque la verdad te buscará, te perseguirá y te encontrará.
Hey, Sayers, Play here. Welcome to a new Reddit reading with a glitch in the matrix of Reddit. I hope you'll enjoy this one. Oh, and watch me move at Valo. Anyway, enjoy! An old man gave me an old coin when I was 1 year old in a supermarket. The coin isn't from this reality. Please read. So when I was around 1 year old, I was with my parents in the supermarket when an old man approached me, as old people do with babies, and insisted to my parents that I take his coin. My parents described how calming and familiar the man was. I like to think it's me from the future, but it's maybe reaching a bit. So fast forward to me now, almost turning 22. I've had this coin with me the whole time. A couple of years ago, I bought a safe and thought it would be good to keep it in there. After about a month, I go back to the safe and the coin just isn't there. I had it in a little plastic case designed for cool coins. The case was there, the coin wasn't. I'm the only person that can get into the safe and the only person who's been near it. So for the 2 whole years, that coin is just lost and I was devastated. Now here's the weird part. I'm up in the loft of my parents' house where I grew up, organizing some boxes and stuff when something falls from the ceiling and hits me on the shoulder. And what do you know? That damn coin is sat at my feet just staring at me. Never been so confused in my life. I never moved the coin. Hadn't been to my parents' house in forever. There's no ledge on the ceiling or anything where the coin could have fallen from. Just materialized from thin air. Anyway, that's my weird story, lol. Makes me think that coin just isn't part of this reality. Edit. Thank you for all the comments and votes on this post. There has been some great insight. I'll have a photo of the coin link here tomorrow for those that want to see. And for anyone that hasn't seen my previous comment, the coin is a UK Prodecimal 1967 1D. They went out of circulation in 1970, I believe, and the new 1P was introduced. My whole life is different and no one believes me. Update is at the bottom. I am sorry if this is the wrong place to post this. Mandela effect doesn't allow personal stories, only stuff with proof. This is gonna be long. This Wednesday, February 5, on the way to work, I went to my usual gas station. I go there every day, 5 days a week. I go in and everything is different. All new drink stations have been installed and the food area is completely redone. None of this was different Tuesday morning and I couldn't believe that they redone a gas station in one night. I then go outside and see that two gas pumps are completely gone and there is much bag stock taking up all the space. None of this was there the day before. I then leave and head to work and somehow turn on the wrong street and get lost. I've been driving these neighborhoods for months and suddenly I'm lost trying to find my job. I get to work a few minutes later and I'm panicking. I know it's silly, but I've always feared changing timelines. My fiance and I have a timeline safe word, so we know we are together. I call and ask him, and he has no idea what I'm talking about. We just talked about it at the end of January, and we've had it established for a while. I've been walking him up at night and ask him after having a nightmare in his own, but now he has no idea what I'm talking about. Then the girls start coming downstairs. I work in an addictions group home, and one girl kept saying how confused she is and how nothing makes sense today. Later in the day, another kept saying all she wanted to do was cry and she had no idea why. Then, while running errands, I go down the same street I always do, and suddenly there are four houses gone and a grove of trees planted. I've never seen them before and really started freaking. They are next to a building my family owned for the last 20 years. I know the whole neighborhood. My final straw was calling my mom today. She said my sister was going out tonight with her friend Jenna. I have known Jenna since 2003 and I asked how much longer until Jenna has her baby. My mom goes silent and asks what the heck I'm talking about. She says she's never been pregnant. I look her up online, nothing. I asked my sister just a half an hour ago and she laughs in my face and says Jenna is infertile and will never have kids. I literally remember the day my sister told me she was pregnant. She told me to guess who and Jenna was my third guess. What the hell is happening to my life? Edit update. I really appreciate all the support and kind words people have had for me. This whole experience has been very scary for me. As for a few questions people have had, it's getting hard to keep up. I'm going to answer them here. I already have taken an extensive online schizophrenia test on Friday night. It said that I'm fine and very low probability of it. Carbon dioxide poisoning. I have no gas in my home or the home I work in. Everything is electric. I opened up to my fiance and had him read this. He knew it happened but didn't know how upset I was. I asked him if I had shown any signs of mental instability or Alzheimer's. I'm only 25 and he said I've never shown any signs and only some mild anxiety when things get crazy. Lastly, the safe word and things leading up to the day. We created the safe word mostly as a joke after I read the Bernstein Bears theory and I had a really weird day at my old job. It became more used when I'd have nightmares when I made jokes. The day before was a normal day. Wake up, work, home, eat, sleep. The only strange thing about the day was that I thought I'd heard a scream or yell as I was falling asleep. I blew it off and still kind of blown it up as sort of sleep paralysis or dreamy moment. I had a girlfriend I never remembered. I didn't know if it is suitable for this sub, but still, here it is. The year was 2011. I was in med school while my brother joined engineering college in Sim City. My brother is 3 years younger than me. One day, I asked him to come to my hostel as it was his free day from college. He used to come in his free day as he missed family. We were chatting and having foods while he suddenly asked me about the girl. Convo. Do you remember Nisha? Altered name for obvious reason? Me. Nisha who? Bro. It seems like you have forgotten her. Good for you. Me. Visibly confused. Which Nisha you are talking about? Bro. Still playing. Don't try so hard, brother. You know exactly about whom I'm talking about. Leave it if that's still hurting you. I shouldn't have bring her up. Me. Thinking that he is pulling my leg, I started to play along. Yeah, I remember. I forgot her. It was Peter. I am not in touch with her. Bro. It is not like that you can be in touch with her anyway. Me, trying to play along. Yeah, she is probably married by now. Bro, visibly confused. Now what Nisha are you talking about? Me, exactly the Nisha you are talking about. Bro, leave it then. Me, yeah. After 30 or so minutes after lunch is over, bro, do you really not remember her? Nisha? Me, tired of this game, agitated. Bro, stop this game. It's not funny anymore. I am tired of this stupid game. Bro, what game? Me, I don't really know Anisha. Who is she? Bro, forget it. And he left for the day. I asked my mom after a few days about Nisha. She was distraught when I asked about her. After a few months, she told me that she was my girlfriend while I was in school. She was my brother's best friend. She died in a car accident a few years back. I was dumbfounded. I don't even recall her name, face, memory, nothing. Her memory is totally wiped out from me. I was disturbed and went back to home where mom showed me a pic where I was with the girl and my brother. I don't even remember the girl. In some cases of PTSD, selective amnesia happens, but the repressed memory can be triggered by a related memory. But in this case, I didn't even recall her. I was agitated because I don't remember her. Till this day, I don't recall anything. According to my family, we were close. I didn't try to ask her family or any other people because it seems insensitive. My 5-year-old son broke character and talked to me like an adult. This happened about 2 years ago and I was so blown away I took notes and told my wife about it. So I still have the notes on my phone. My 5-year-old son was pretty typical for his age. Always goofing around, never serious, always working some angle to negotiate treats or buying whatever thing was at the top of his list this week. Kids have a selfish worldview and that's mostly understandable because they haven't matured yet. So when my son asked me to go for a walk, just the two of us, I immediately laughed and thought, okay, what's he going to ask for? We start talking and I ask, what's on your mind, buddy? He said, nothing really. I just want to have some time to be with you and be peaceful and be out in nature. Wow, okay, this is progress, I thought. Then he said, I want you to know you're the best dad I've ever had. You really do help me and my sister a lot and you're really very nice, even though we don't usually tell you. So I just wanted to say thank you for everything and that I want to be near you always. By this point, the only reason I wasn't completely crying my eyes out is that I thought it was some kind of a joke or lit up to ask for something. This was totally out of character, especially at this age. I managed to croak out something like, I'm really glad to hear that and I love you very much. Then we just enjoyed the rest of the walk. It really felt like for a moment I was speaking to a soul who has had several lives. You're the best dad I've ever had, and wanted to speak directly to me instead of play the role of a child. I'm so glad it happened, and it's something I will never forget. Later,